This month, we get students' reactions to block scheduling
Watch highlights from the gymnastics team's county win.
and recap Halloween at SPFHS.
All on this episode of Raider News. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Ryan. This is the October edition of Raider News.
The school is looking into starting block scheduling, and later this month there will be a trial. This is part one of the Raider News report.
Hey, I'm Bridget Jacob, and I'm with Justin Williams. Justin, how do you feel about doing block scheduling next year, even though you're a senior?
Well, I actually wanted it this year because I feel like I have so much more time to eat and study for my classes. I feel like it'd be an improvement for athletes because we get a whole lot of work and we have long periods of time to practice. So I don't really have an equal balance. But with block scheduling, we wouldn't get as much homework. So that would really balance out. It would probably make my grades even better.
I think it's convenient, but at the same time, I don't like how we can't go get lunch or anything during our hour lunch.
Personally, I don't really care because I won't be here, but I do think it's stupid. The school has run with no block scheduling, and now all of a sudden they're just going to put it in out of nowhere? No. Sorry.
I think it would be really good because we have more free time and more time to do your homework. I don't really know much about it, but I heard you get a longer lunch, which is good.
I feel like it's a good thing because it could help you refresh your minds. It could help you catch up on work and stuff.
I feel like in some instances it could work, but our school I feel like is just too big for it. So I know that you have to have one lunch for it, I'm pretty sure. So that definitely wouldn't work for our school.
I don't agree that it should be implemented into our system because I feel like kids can barely sit through a 42-minute class, let alone a 2-hour class. So kids will obviously get bored and not pay attention.
Okay. Do you think it's going to benefit your grades in any way?
No, not really, because if I'm in a class for more than 45 minutes, I lose focus really fast. So then I'm not going to be listening.
Yeah. Do you think it'll affect your grades in any way?
I feel like it actually might help them because you'll be getting more time for homework and stuff, so that'll work out well.
That shit is straight. They don't need to do it.
I think this is just very stupid because, matter of fact, I feel like as a student, I cannot sit in a class. I can't sit in a class for 2 hours, and I'm not going to be able to cheat anymore. That's a big issue right there. You're going to have to sit through the whole time.
I think that block scheduling is a really good idea because we have longer classes, so it's more time to knowledge, except having every class on one day and having everything pushed on you like that, and you have more time to do homework and stuff like that. So I think it's a good idea, and longer lunch.
You can't leave lunch, right?
Shh, both of you. Did you guys know that you will be having a free period every other day?
No. Period! Yes, sis! Period, boo!
Thanks. What are your opinions on block scheduling?
I cannot sit in one classroom for that long. I don't like it.
Were you aware that you get a 45-minute lunch and a free period every other day?
I don't need that long to eat, and I like the free period, but I just cannot sit that long in one class.
What are your opinions on block scheduling?
I'm not a fan of block scheduling. I think that it makes school harder.
And were you aware that you get a free lunch period and a free period every other day?
No, but I still don't think that really changes my opinion.
Do you think it'll improve your grades or make them worse?
Probably make them worse.
Scheduling.
I'm for block scheduling. I think it'll be more useful for teachers to get that extra time.
Do you think it'll improve your grades at all?
No, I think they'll pretty much stay the same.
Thank
Business classes visited MetLife Stadium to take part in Jets Business Day. Let's take a look.
I'm here with Jordan Kleinbaum and Eli Woolman. They both went on the Jets field trip last week. Jordan, what did you guys do?
When we pulled up to the Jets to MetLife Stadium, we were introduced with a bunch of people who are responsible for different aspects of enjoying a Jets game, like the food department, the marketing, and stuff like that.
What did you guys learn?
We learned like what it takes to run a team in a stadium.
What was your favorite part about the trip?
My favorite part was standing on the field and really just getting the full experience.
My favorite part was probably walking around the stadium when it was empty. It was pretty cool.
Mr. Drylowitz is a great teacher, point blank, period. That's why he's Teacher of the Month.
Teacher of the Month, Mr. Drylowitz. So how has your art experience in the past affected what you do in the classroom?
Well, outside of the classroom, I'm actually a professional freelance artist, so I've been doing illustration, graphic design, like comic book work, logo work, painting, all sorts of stuff for about 15 years as well, same time I've been teaching. So I feel that because I have a real-world experience with what I do in the classroom, I kind of include that with my lessons. The students kind of know, for those who want to take this to college or even as a career someday, they kind of know what they're getting into, what's going to be expected of them. And I think it also makes it more fun because I can kind of just, lack of a better term, go crazy with it because I know what boundaries they should be either pushing or staying within our projects.
And I heard about an art conference that you went to over the summer. How was that?
That was fun. So we went to Philadelphia for the International Teachers of Education Conference. I always forget the name of it. But I got to go to a lot of different seminars about virtual reality, and that's something I'd like to start including into the curriculum here because we can create these things with the programs, with the Adobe suite, in creating virtual reality, actually getting the goggles and learning all this stuff. But I actually have to learn it first myself before I could teach to anybody, so that's still in process.
And what can we see you doing outside of the school day?
Outside, well, if you're up really early, you'll see me running around town here. I kind of run some mornings. Other than that, it's spending the time. I have a wife and 3 kids, so a lot of time outside running around playing with them.
Here's Kayla Avila with Student of the Month, Senior Josie Serino.
Hi, I'm here with Student of the Month, Josie Serino. Congratulations on getting this title. Do you think that the activities that you were involved in have helped you get this label?
I feel like yes, especially recently since I've joined the Mindfulness Club, I've been able to help spread like kind of mindfulness ideas about like self-awareness and positivity to other students through the Mindfulness Club and being a part of that club. It's really become a big part of my life, especially when taking personal wellness and learning of the importance of like mindfulness and yoga. It has helped me to lower my stress for like sophomore year, junior year, and now this year. I feel like I've been able to manage my schoolwork a lot more properly now that I've gotten these kinds of activities, like just something that I do regularly to make me feel more calm about everything.
That's awesome. Do you consider yourself to be a leader in the school?
I consider myself to be a leader, not in ways that are bright and like out there, but kind of like a behind the scenes leader. I like to try and be positive to all of my peers and help them out with any schoolwork or anything that they may need in class. And anything that I can do to make my peers feel welcome, happy, like they're doing well in my classes, makes me feel like I'm doing my job as a peer leader.
Do you have any advice for becoming the Student of the Month?
I'd say just my life motto is kindness is the answer to everything. I personally try not to get very frustrated by things, even if they tend to be annoying or bothersome. Just keeping a level head, keeping patient, and being kind to everyone. Even if you're not doing it in a very outspoken way, it will be recognized by your teachers, as I've learned by getting this achievement. So even if you feel like you're kind of living in the shadows, you'll get your chance to shine as long as you're kind and pleasant to everyone you meet.
That's great advice. What are you looking forward to this school year?
I'm looking forward to, let's see. Well, so I'm taking astronomy this year, which is really interesting, and I'm really excited to get into the further units in the class because I absolutely love learning about the stars and outer space and all of that stuff. But as far as this school year is concerned, I'm just looking forward to keeping up my grades and making sure that with all of my grades set, I can get into a good college and hopefully set myself up well for the rest of my life.
Where are you looking to go to college?
I'm looking at Stevens Institute of Technology as my top school right now.
That's a great school. Well, good luck. Thank you so much.
It's spooky season in SPFHS. Let's go see what costumes students wore to school.
What are you?
I'm Ted.
Ted who?
Ted from the movie Ted.
Thunder Buddies for life?
Thunder Buddies for life.
What are you being for Halloween?
Oh, I'm a skeleton. Phineas from Phineas and Ferb.
That's a good costume. Are you gonna go trick-or-treating?
Hell yes. Yeah.
Hi. What are you being for Halloween?
I'm the marionette from Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's cool. Do you really like Five Nights at Freddy's?
I mean, I think it's cool. I don't really play it. I just like the characters.
Are you gonna go trick-or-treating?
Oh, absolutely. And because no one else is going trick-or-treating because it's raining, more candy for me.
Very true. Thank you. What are you for Halloween?
I'm fake Batman.
That is a very good costume. Are you going trick-or-treating?
No, I gotta work. Gotta make some money.
What are you being for Halloween?
Vampire.
What are you being today?
I'm a taco, if you can't tell.
I'm Spider-Man.
Are you guys going trick-or-treating?
Well, if you can call it trick-or-treating.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal some.
Of course.
We're just stealing the bowls.
That's a good way to do it. I'm going to assume you're a unicorn.
Yeah.
Are you going trick-or-treating?
Probably.
Thank you.
What are you for Halloween?
I'm a cow.
And are you going trick-or-treating as a cow?
Of course.
Thank you.
What are you being for Halloween?
The Joker.
Have you seen the movie?
Yes.
What are you being for Halloween?
Nothing.
Can I ask what you're being for Halloween?
Neo from The Matrix.
Mr. Moscow, can I ask you what you're being for Halloween?
Yeah, I am Pugsley Adams right now from the Addams Family.
That's a great costume. Did you see the new movie?
I didn't see the new animated one yet, but Addams Family Values from like 1995. That's my jam. I don't know about the year. I might have lied about that, but I watched that like 1,000 times growing up.
What are you for Halloween?
A Visco girl.
And I oop. And I oop.
Suffragette.
Oh, what is the significance?
Well, the suffragettes were the first of the women's rights movement through the late 1800s and early 1900s.
That is a very empowering costume.
Plague doctor, sorry.
Is that yours?
Yes.
Can you put it on? Now she's fully dressed. Are you going trick-or-treating?
Yes.
Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Can I ask what you're being for Halloween?
I'm a communist.
He's a communist.
I'm Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy.
And I'm Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy. Taylor.
The whole science department did Marvel characters this year.
Oh, thank you. What are you being for Halloween?
I am Groot.
How long did your costume take to get yourself together?
Like 30 minutes.
What are you for Halloween?
I am the Punisher.
What exactly is the Punisher?
Punisher is one of the Marvel superheroes. He's like an ex-Marine that gets bad guys.
Sounds pretty boring. Are you going trick-or-treating?
No, that's even more boring.
So you don't like candy?
No, I do not.
Alright. Thanks.
Our first unsung hero is Julio the Paperman. Let's go learn about him.
So we're here for Unspoken Heroes with Julio here and the copier guy at the school. So please tell me, what do you do here at school?
I do the copies for the whole district, for all the elementary schools, middle schools, and high school, and the board office for all you guys. All the paperwork you guys get by paper, it gets done over here.
Okay, so would you say you enjoy your job here, or?
Yeah, I've been working here for 12 years already, so it's been a long time. Good environment, good school, good people to work with.
And would you say like you had a job opportunity to be a teacher here? Would you take that opportunity, or would you stay here?
No, not really. I like what I do. I feel like I'm part of it. You guys are your learning progress, because all the paperwork you guys get, it gets done by me. So it's like a way to teaching you guys in life, you know.
Yeah, there's one final question. So when you're not working anymore and you have like nothing to do, nothing to copy, what do you do outside of school? What would you do on a weekend?
No, I do a weekend, spend time with the family, my son, and taking a little break from everything, but pretty much spending time with family.
All right, that's respectable. All right, thank you. I'm with Mr. Stack. Mr. Stack, you know who Julio the copy guy is, right?
Yes, I do.
I do know who he is. Yep.
Oh, yeah, great guy.
How important would you say his role here is at the school?
For a teacher, Julio is like indispensable. Julio always makes sure those copies are ready for us. So many times you need a last-second job, and the fact that you can always rely on him, when you put the work in, it's going to be there quickly. So he's incredibly important to us.
I mean, he definitely has been there for us as chemistry teachers when we needed a packet done. He's been there like this, one packet like this. This is for forensics, for chemistry. He does our pages, color codes for us, and this too. So he's definitely been for us, for the chemistry department, for sure.
He's very important, not only just for what we do at SPFHS, but for all of the stuff in the district. There's a lot of papers, programs, everything that teachers need. They know that when they send it to him, they could rely that when they need it, they'll have it ready, and he's going to do a good job with it.
And say the school had no one like Julio. Julio wasn't here. How do you think the school would function without him?
I've been here long enough to know what the copy room used to be like, where copies didn't get done in a timely manner and things weren't done properly. And what it really did was actually create a situation in the copy room, because teachers all had to be down there and would clog the copy room up, and teachers would be late in the morning because of it. So without Julio, it would be a really tough call to be an effective teacher at times.
I think our school would be a mess. This goes in the sense of, because we don't have enough time as teachers. We have 6 periods a day, some of us, and some of the teachers are on the other side of the building. They don't have time to come to the copy center. So if we didn't have them, we would be a complete mess. Trying to find out when to actually do copies in the morning after school, it just wouldn't be enough time. So he definitely helps us a lot in time.
Oh, if we didn't have somebody like Julio here, it would just be chaos. Absolute total chaos. People shedding blood over who gets to use the copier.
Dogs and cats are living together.
Yeah, dogs and cats will be living together. Just a big log jam back there. But he keeps the place is always, when you go into the copy center, you know that it's going to be clean and well taken care of. You know that if there's a problem, he'll do whatever he can to fix it. And you know that when you give him stuff, he does everything that he could to get it done and back to you when you need it. So it's great to just have a resource like him out there. And not for nothing, but just a great guy to talk to, and just really, really good dude.
All right, thank you, Moscow, and thank you, Julio. Keep up good work.
Where is Weatherman Wiener when you need him? SPF weather has been off the charts recently, and we got some students' opinions on it.
So as many of you know, it's fall here in New Jersey. And that means you wake up and go to school and it's 40 degrees. Then you get out of school, high 60s, maybe even high 70s. And then you go to sleep and it's back down to around the 40s. So we're going around the school asking students how they feel about New Jersey's weather.
How does New Jersey's weather make you feel? It makes me feel pretty confused because you never know what the temperature is going to be that day.
Insane. Feels like it's all 4 seasons in one day.
I guess okay. As long as it's not cold. I don't like cold.
Crazy. It sucks. Kinda sad.
If you could describe New Jersey's weather in one word, what would it be?
Horrible.
Pretty average. Sometimes hot, sometimes cold.
Nasty.
Whack.
Wacky.
Terrible.
Ratchet.
Crazy.
Nasty.
Trash.
Disgusting.
If you could describe New Jersey's weather in one word, what would it be?
Terrible.
Bad.
Chilly.
Chaotic.
Cold.
Indecisive and annoying, and the weathermen are always wrong. Insane.
Now over to my girl, Emily. Thanks, Caitlin. Gabby Essenfeld recently interviewed October's Artist of the Month, Emmeline Johns, one of the marching band's drum majors. Let's check it out.
Hi, I'm Gabby, and I'm here with the Artist of the Month. So, what do you do in the marching band?
I'm the drum major of the marching band.
Is there a process that you have to go through to try out for this?
Yeah, you sign up in May. So I signed up in May of last year, and then there was 2-part audition process. So after the first one, the director eliminates a couple, and then there's a second one, and then he cuts it down to 3.
What would you do in an audition?
We had to do different patterns. So when conducting, there's different patterns that you have to do. So you had to memorize those and then do that. And then the second part was you had to conduct one part of the whole show. So we had to memorize the show, memorize the tempos, and then do it in front of him.
Nice. What responsibilities come with your position in the marching band?
So we're right below the staff, so right below the directors. So if there's problems within different instrumental sections, or just people are having trouble with understanding how to march or understanding certain visuals or anything, we just help with that. We also help staff with any problems that they have, and we just help facilitate information for the students.
Cool. Do you get nervous before competitions?
Yeah, usually I get nervous because if I mess up, that could cause the band to mess up. So, I have to be on my game. Not only me, but the other 2 people also have to be on their game. So yeah, I do get nervous.
So what happens at a marching band competition?
So we usually perform at a certain hour. We get there 2 hours before, and then we rehearse. So we'll go through different sections of the show, or we'll go through visual stuff like marching technique, and then we go onto the field. It's usually a high school field, or sometimes we'll go to a college, or tomorrow we're going to MetLife Stadium for our nationals, and then we just perform and then we go up.
All right, thank you.
SPFHS just hosted their annual pasta night in the cafeteria. Let's check out a few clips.
Sing my mind. I'm finding things I like, but they remind me of you. Oh.
We're here with JJ Dionisio.
Hi.
And JJ was one of the singers at the Pasta Night a couple nights ago. Can you tell us a little bit about that Pasta Night?
So Pasta Night is a Music Boosters fundraiser where pretty much we have pasta and other dishes either made by parents of children in the music department or by local restaurants. And we just do it to raise money for the program. And yeah, it's pretty good food, so it's a fun night.
Did you guys have a big turnout this year?
Yeah, we had a pretty good turnout this year. Some previous years were a bit better, but I'd say it was pretty good.
And what song did you sing for Pasta Night?
I sang Galway Girl by Ed Sheeran with Owen Donahue.
Okay, very good. Back. All right, awesome.
So when you felt that we could not make sense, well, you said that we would still be friends. But I admit that I was right.
And a little SPF throwback. My brother, graduated 2017, Ethan Staple, actually sung his senior year. So did that give you any inspiration or look up to a former graduate?
Oh yeah, 100%. Ethan's a great guy, and every day I think about living up to his wonderful, I don't know how to say it.
Spectrum, we'll say.
Yes, wonderful person.
All right, awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.
With my pretty little Galway girl. You're my pretty little Galway girl. You know, she made me a dance, she made me a pool, and then she kissed me like the window.
The AV Club held their annual Halloween Film Festival where they created short Halloween films. David Schulman talked to a few participants from this event.
So I am the director of the Sugar Rush Slasher. Very excited to premiere it. So I kind of wanted to do something in the, the found footage style. That was always really appealing to me since freshman year, and I'd never really gotten the chance to, make it and put it out there. But this year I finally had a good enough group of people, good enough group to, get the creative power to really get it writing and get it planned. And so I just thought it went really well. Everyone was really just chill in the group. My friend Dylan, who wrote the whole thing, he was fantastic, made the edits that we needed. And I'm actually really excited to premiere this because this is something that I'm really going to be proud of and really going to show off to multiple people.
We should go play hide and seek in the woods.
I don't know about that, guys. You guys are pretty off right now.
Exactly, that's why it'll be so awesome. Who's in?
Okay, you guys hide and I'll seek first. Fine, but if we're doing this, we're hiding together.
Fine.
Guys, I don't feel so good.
Oh, Lord.
Guys?
First off, thank you very much for the congratulations. And second, the creative direction we were going in, basically precisely what you saw up there. We want something that was funny, clever, but also, a bit of spooky, like a bit of creepy stuff at the beginning. So I'm just very proud how this film turned out.
No! Who did this?
I did!
What? This doesn't make any sense. You're just a sock puppet.
Well, it looks like I just knocked your socks off.
Listen, puppet, I don't care how hilarious your jokes are. You destroyed my collection.
Yes, and now I'll destroy you.
But why?
Because I like it. God put my spirit back on this earth, and the one thing I loved, a sock puppet.
What?
No more talking. You're going to die. And don't try and stop me. I'll always be one step ahead of you.
For writing and acting, actually, I was both very surprised just because all these other films, this was a solid year. Like, this was a super great year for the films. You got films like the SpongeBob one, Sugar Rush Slasher. I want to give a shout out to Film Freak, the film I also acted in, which for some reason on the Google Forms classroom, it didn't show up at all, even though I think, I don't know what that was. I thought that was also just a phenomenal film.
Done! I am done. Fine. Well, you know what? If you don't see the vision, then I don't care. Get out of here. You're crazy, man. Okay.
Just to get the timeline check, after you slapped Mr. Myers, he left. Is this correct?
Yeah, you ran out there crying like a baby.
Julian writing up a script, we tweaked it around a bit, and over the course of the next 2 weeks, we took a few filming days and just pumped out a bunch of scenes, see what we could do, made some edits where necessary, and just the entire process was pretty smooth, except when JJ forgot to record charge the microphone.
Okay, Paul. I see you, Paul. Oh yeah, Paul.
Students at SPFHS just celebrated Halloween this past week with their friends. Let's check out a few pictures of everyone in their costumes.
I said, girl, why you keep calling? I said, girl, why you keep calling? Yeah. She said, I need a new whip. Yeah, cause I know that you're still ballin'. She just wanna go back to the future, so I brought that color DeLorean. 21 minutes until I gotta go, so I told that girl I'm gonna slaughter it. but baby, we don't got that long. Listen, this not my city show, but I treat it like my city show. 20 more minutes into I'm on. 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 Yeah, I am not slow. Niggas, you want me cause I got the dope. Pass that girl right on my friend, give me cold. He passed me her friend, so they switching roles.
Now over to Patrick with the sports report.
On Friday, the boys soccer team beat Plainfield to advance in the state tournament thanks to goals by Owen Murphy and Ryan Whitman. The girls team advanced in their tournament with a win over Watchung Hills. The football team lost their last game of the season to Colonia, but ended the season nonetheless with 4 wins, all coming on the road. The gymnastics team has also had a great season, winning the county championship and placing second at sectionals. Let's see some highlights from their county title.
Sweat dripping off me before I even knew her name. La la la, you felt like oh la la la, yeah, no. Sapphire and moonlight, we danced for hours in the same tequila sunrise. Her body fit right in my hands. La la la, you felt like oh la la la, yeah. I love it when you.
The girls' tennis team has also had a great season, ending with a 14-6 record. The field hockey team has made it to the semifinals and ended the season with a 13-7. Wait, no. Start that over. Semifinals of the state tournament. All right. The girls' tennis team has also had a great season, ending with a 14-6 record, and the field hockey team made it to the semifinals of the state tournament and ended their season with a 13-7 record. The girls' volleyball team will play their last game of the season before the state tournament against West Morris and are currently 15-7. And for the cross-country team, they are currently getting ready for sectionals. Also, don't forget that winter sports are right around the corner. Now back to Caitlin and Ryan.
That is all for this edition of Raider News. See you next month.